We are live, baby. We are back. Let's get the little fucking intro there. There we go. Shout out Zach Hernandez for that edit. Absolutely killing it from the Niners Empire. He says he wants to get on here pretty soon. But Ito, I gotta know, baby, how you doing? How you living?
Oh, I'm doing fucking great. Zach Hernandez, that thing is sweet tits, man. I fucking love that intro. I had no clue you're the one who made it. I knew someone else did. Damon didn't take credit, but I forgot the name. But yeah, shout out to Zach Hernandez. It's some good shit. I'm doing good, man. Got work again tomorrow, but you know, if I could fucking make some money instead of fucking losing on the last play of a game for once, I might not have to go to work anymore. So hopefully we can pick some fucking teams this week and not get absolutely fucked at the end.
Yeah, let's let the people know what happened. Ito is good with the locks. He's got those great bets, and I helped him out with this one. He consulted me a little bit, and we took the Browns under, along with a Nick Chubb touchdown. And what was the other thing on there?
So it was the total went under 43.5. I had Steelers plus 10.5, and I had Nick Chubb to score a tutty. So yeah, the last play blew the under, and it kind of blew the Steelers 10.5. So pretty impressive. I didn't realize until I saw it again this morning that Deontay Johnson caught that ball on the 18 before he started pitching it backwards, which makes it hurt even more. But you know how it goes. It's betting. Yeah. I won a little bit of money on the Jets, and I wasn't complaining about that when the Browns fucked up the week before, you know, not fucking just taking a knee and running the clock out. So can't complain too much, but at the same time, that one hurt a little bit. I usually don't count my chickens. I'm not the type to count my chickens. I also tell others, hey, don't count them. But I counted them yesterday. You know, I sent a couple texts, said, yeah, I got a couple $100 richer today. And then all of a sudden I found out I didn't get a couple $100 richer. I actually lost $50. So
yeah, like you're saying, you win some, you lose some. You know, you can't win every week, but it was very close. I still like that bet. I would have, if I were you, I would have taken it again. But hey, that's part of the game, and that's why we love football, and that's why we're here, because we're gonna help the people win some fucking money. And I'm feeling good about this week. It's Friday night. We both got work tomorrow, and we're still in here doing the damn thing. And I'm so glad to be here with you, Ito. Let's get into some of these games, but we're gonna start off first a little different. We're gonna get into some college games, and we got an inside source. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. We're not gonna say his name, but he goes by Dr. CC, and he's an absolute lock machine when it comes to college games. So let's get to what he's saying right now. And let me know what you think, Dylan. I'm going to read this off the text thread that we got going. I asked him for his locks. He sent this over. He said Utah minus 6.5 against Arizona State. I love that. And he it seems like he's parlaying that up with the under at 53.5. Ito, do you think that's a lock?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Dr. CC is a Class A piece of shit, but the guy knows his college football. And so anytime he says something's a lock, I kind of just roll with it when it comes to college football, and I think the people should too. I think if he says Utah minus 6.5 and under whatever the fuck he said, you take it. Yeah. I'm going to be hammering it. I'll put 100 on it.
Let's go, baby. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to roll with Dr. CC. And we also got some night games for the Pac-12 going on tomorrow. I know Stanford's going to be playing late at night. I love Stanford, but I'm a little biased. They're playing Washington, and we also have Western Michigan versus San Jose State, and also that Utah-Arizona State game. I love late night football. And we also got USC versus Oregon State. So we got some good games on. Support the boys. Go watch those little kids, but don't bet too much money. We know how it goes. They're a bunch of young guys, and
they are still kids. Don't forget it.
Kids, yeah, they're still in the prime of their lives. They're shooting live loads and chicks over there, and probably giving bitches roofies and stuff like that, Matt Ariza style.
So yeah, what I realized, man, if you want to make real money off kids, head to the local little league, pay a kid $20 to throw a game. It doesn't cost you as much as it would for college football. And, you know, you tell the guy to throw some balls when it matters, maybe give up a dinger to the best player on the other team. Every team's got one. If you feed him a fastball, it's probably leaving the yard. You know, he might get yelled at by his old man, but, you know, he's $20 richer. And that's you're right. About 150 to 1,000 richer, depending on what little league you're at.
Hit up your local bookie and see if he's got deals on Little League. Ito's got the right idea. That's what he does when it's not football season. All right. let's get into football. I do want to start with a fan question though as well before we get into this football game, and we'll transition into that game. We have the Chargers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. Justin Herbert's a big name for fantasy players all over the world, and we got a question from a fan basically saying, should I start Justin Herbert this week or should I roll with Russell Wilson? And I was kind of stuck on it. I didn't know really what to say because I know Justin Herbert is battling a rib injury that you had as well. And you know how effective it can be when it comes to living everyday life, let alone throwing bombs in a game, in an NFL game. So who would you start in that situation?
You know, man, Justin Herbert kind of seems like a hippie. I don't know if he's the type of guy who's going to shoot up Toradol. I did not have the advantage of having Toradol or cortisone or anything like that. My doctor made me suck it up and just take ibuprofen, which I have a feeling that's what Justin Herbert's going to be doing. I don't think he's the type of guy who will shoot Toradol. Maybe I'm wrong. And if any of you know that answer, if he's shooting up some Toradol, you fucking start Justin Herbert. He'll be just fine. But if not, I'd play it safe and start Russell Wilson this week. It's going up against the Niners, who don't have the best secondary. We have a great pass rush, but Russell Wilson will throw for some yards. He always does. I've seen this guy shove it down the Niners' ass my whole life. And so, in my mind, nothing changes. I'll actually be at that game.
Nice.
The Niners will end up winning that game, but I think Russell Wilson is a pretty safe start because he's going to throw for his yards and he'll have a couple tutties.
Perfect. We're making the fans happy already. And with that, should we get into that Chargers game? What time is that at? Let me look at it. They are playing at 1:05, so not the early game, but we'll get into that. We got the Jaguars 1-1, 0-1 away, and they are in Inglewood at the SoFi Stadium. The Chargers taking them on at home. Currently, the Chargers are favorite, -3.5, over under at 42.5. Like we said, Herbert's hurt. He's got a rib injury. He's day to day. We don't even know if he's going to play. I got Keenan Allen on both of my fantasy teams. I'm a little scared to start him. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. If Herbert's not playing, I'm not starting him. But what do you see happening in this game?
Well, okay, let's go back to that last question real quick. Now that I see that Vegas actually moved that fucking spread, it was at 7 earlier in the week. I don't know when it moved to 3.5 exactly. It must have been in the last day or two.
It's at 3 right now.
Yeah, but after seeing that kind of line movement, I would have to say that Justin Herbert's pretty fucking hurt because they have a lot more insider information than we do. I know that they're going to have guys at practices seeing what they're doing. That means Justin Herbert was very limited this week and probably struggling to throw the ball. So I'm going to stay away from this game because the Chargers are a far better team, both offensively and defensively.
Right.
But I haven't seen him play without Justin Herbert since Tyrod Taylor had a rib go through his lung. So we'll see what happens. They look pretty good with their backup quarterback. Well, their starting quarterback at the time. Let's not forget Tyrod Taylor had the boys rolling before Justin Herbert took that team over. So I don't know who their backup is now. Do we know that?
I don't even know who the backup is there. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna Google that right now. Keep talking. Let's keep the people preoccupied. Justin Herbert backup.
Yeah, I like what Jacksonville's been doing, but I mean they just don't have the firepower that the Chargers do. The Chargers are unbelievable defensively. J.C. Jackson, possibly the best corner in the league, is going to be covering up Christian Kirk. They're one guy, and after that, the Jaguars are looking at Zay Jones, a guy that no one trusted as a number one with the Raiders. Then they got Marvin Jones, who is old. They got Travis Etienne, who hasn't done much in the league, and James Robinson, who tore his Achilles. So I don't know, man. I like what the Chargers have brewing over there, and Jacksonville is still Jacksonville. They always beat the Colts, so let's not get too hyped up over that last game and be like, oh, the Jaguars are a different team this year. No. They beat the shit out of the Colts at home last year too, and the year before that, and the year before that. So let's not think Jacksonville something special here. I would just stay away from that game.
Yeah, it looks like the backup is Chase Daniels.
Never even heard of the guy.
Yeah, he's very forgetful. He has been around a little bit, but he's not the best backup. I mean, maybe he'll blow our minds. Maybe he'll do extraordinary if Herbert is, in fact, out. But, yeah, I'm staying away from that game, too. I don't want to bet money on that. I'm staying away from fantasy wide receivers on the Chargers. if you need to play him, play him. I mean, Keenan Allen is a great wide receiver. He'll probably do okay if he's playing, but he's coming off a hamstring injury. So I have better options on my bench. I'll throw it in. Thankfully, I have Elijah Mitchell in both of my leagues, which is starting. And if he doesn't play, I'm looking at throwing in Brees Hall at my flex.
You're talking Jeff Wilson, right? Not Elijah Mitchell.
Excuse me, Jeff Wilson. I'm sorry, I got the names mixed up. Jeff Wilson is a dog. He's playing the Denver Broncos this week. Let's get into that game. That is the late night game in prime time in Denver, Colorado. Ito's going to be there. He's going to be watching in person. Are you putting money on this game?
Well, I was going to put money on it. The Niners were dogs to start this week.
Yeah.
My roommate actually got the game at plus 108, put enough money to make his money back for the tickets.
Nice.
At this point, the Niners are at minus 126, which I'll probably still end up hammering right before game time just because that's what I do. And the Niners are looking fucking great. We're 100% back. Trey Lance, sad story, but not for the Niners. This is a fucking true Cinderella story for us. We got the handsome Jimmy G taking back over, probably going to fucking take us to another Super Bowl. I know there's a lot of haters out there, but the guy knows how to play quarterback, and he's been disrespected for too long. It just seems fitting, man. It just seems like it's the worst thing that could happen to an organization to have that kind of controversy, and the best thing that could happen for the media and the NFL is for the Niners to truly go on a run this year. And I think this is where it starts right here against the Denver Broncos.
I got to agree with you, man. I think Trey Lance getting hurt is probably the best thing that could have happened for Niner fans. Unfortunately, it does come in disguise. I mean, everyone's devastated. Number 3 overall pick.
Devastated.
Yeah, Landon Octar is. If he's listening to this, he's shaking his head right now, all pissed off. But he's going to be happy because I think Jimmy G is the guy when it comes to the Niners. He's going to lead them far into the playoffs, I think, which is unfortunate for me because I am a Niner hater. But, I mean, I got to root on for football, and I got to take that spread. I think I'm a spread guy. I don't like betting on the favorites when it comes to the money line. I'm taking the Niners at 1.5 right now, minus 1.5. I think they're going to win by like a touchdown. I can see them winning by 2 touchdowns. I mean, I think you should start Jeff Wilson. I think he's going to do tremendous. We know how good Jimmy G is at handing the ball off and how much rushing gets done when he's in there because they're afraid he's going to throw interceptions, blah, blah, blah. I also like Deebo Samuel. George Kittle is back. I mean, it looks like the Niners are in full effect here. The defense is looking good. But like you're saying, they don't have the best DBs, so it's looking like Russell Wilson might be a good start for fantasy. Unfortunately, Jerry G is day-to-day. I don't know if he's play yet, so that might affect Russell Wilson a little bit, but he still is Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. And we will see what happens. I hate that fucking guy, though. I hate Russell Wilson with a passion. I think he's
same
motherfuckers in the league.
We touched on it last week, man. The guy's a corny motherfucker. He's got his own spot in the locker room. Like, go to hell, man. Go to hell.
He has his own private locker room, and like he has his own showers and shit. He's not showering with the boys, whooping his dick out.
He's got a small dick, dude.
He's obviously got a small dick, and I think that's why Sierra was like calling all the shots and everything. She's the alpha of that household. I mean, she used to fuck Future for Christ's sake, and now she's with the Jesus freak and Russell Wilson. I mean, he's a good dude and all. I mean, he's probably a cool dude to hang out with and everything, but I mean, he's a fucking corny.
Probably not.
I was just trying to be nice. I was trying to say something good.
I'd rather hang out the Broncos backup at this point. But hey, going further into this game, so if you do want to take the Niners either on the money line or the spread, I just I dabbled up a little parlay that I'm very confident in. Okay, it's at plus 376, but I feel like it should be at like more like minus 200. Okay. What we got here is we got San Francisco 49ers winning the game.
Okay.
We got Deebo Samuel scoring a tutty.
Easy.
And we got Jeff Wilson over 59.5 yards. Now, let's not forget, no matter who starts for the Niners at running back, when Jimmy G is at quarterback, we rush for over 100 yards. I don't care if it's me back there. I don't care if it's Steve Mills back there. We will rush for over 100, and Jeff Wilson is not a bad running back. So you put some talent like that back there, and we're going to go over 100. And wait a second, 59.5, I'm no math whiz, but that's fucking lower than 100. So I'm going to fucking throw some money on that. Yeah, I might throw fucking 500 on that. Try to win 1,000.
I absolutely love that parlay. And shout out T Mills. I think this is the second time we've shouted him out on this podcast. He's fucking, I miss that guy. I wonder how he's doing in life. I mean, I fucking loved him on our team.
I'm surprised he didn't make the league, to be honest. But
yeah, he should be one of those guys. If he was in there, I would have drafted him first overall and started him.
It wasn't for his fucking knee, man. God, what a sad story.
Sad story. T Mills, we hope you're listening in and we hope you're doing good, buddy. Well, let's get into these early games. And unfortunately, we got to start with my Las Vegas Raiders. 0-2 going against another 0-2 team in the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Currently, the line is Las Vegas as the favorites at -2, which scares me, and the over-under at 45.5. What do you think about this game, Dylan? It looks like Las Vegas is disrespecting both of these teams with such a low over-under. Do you see some fireworks going off? Do you think this is the Derrick Henry bounce-back game?
Oh, man. So what I've been watching, and, it's hard to say. Well, it's not hard to say. Fucking the safeties are able to fucking play in the box. I was watching the Bills-Titans last week, and they literally had 8 in the box all game, including at the end of the game when it was a complete blowout. They showed that much disrespect to the Titans and their weapons getting open in one-on-one coverage that they're like, you know what, fuck it, dude. We're going to keep everyone in the box still. We're not going to let Derrick Henry score because he is their biggest big play threat at this point. And, yeah, for that reason, man, I actually really like the Raiders in this game. Wow. I don't really like the over because, like I said, I just don't trust Tennessee to score. Mm-hmm. But I think the Raiders will get their first win. This is very interesting, though. 2 teams that made playoffs last year. You got the 1 seed coming out of the AFC and the Titans.
Yep.
They have not looked good at all. I don't think that they respected A.J. Brown enough and what that guy was doing for the team.
Yep.
You need a safety blanket. Shout out to all the coaches, man. Like, you should be listening. You need a safety blanket. You can't just get rid of your one receiver and fucking be like, oh, yeah, well, we're still the same team. We got this rookie out of Arkansas who's pretty good. It's not how it works.
Nope. Not how it works at all. I think they just saw his body type, and they're like, that's A.J. Brown right here. He's fast. He's got big hands. He's a big motherfucker. I mean, he is looking good. I wouldn't start him in fantasy yet, but with that being said, A.J. Brown, I've said this on the podcast multiple times before. A.J. Brown is my favorite wide receiver in the NFL. I think he's so talented, and he gets disrespected. I think he's a really special player. I'd love to have him on my team, and I can't believe they just traded him away for a first-round pick. And then they pick up Treylon Burks, think it's going to be all good. They bring over Robert Woods or whatever. Robert Woods is not the same anymore. He's getting older. I got Tannehill right there, and he needs somebody that's a big target that he can throw to all game and save his ass, which was A.J. Brown. And I don't think Treylon Burks is that at all. But
I see what exactly. And I see what they're trying to do with Robert Woods. It seemed like a good idea, but
yeah,
Robert Woods can't be doubled, and if he's doubled, he's not going to put up any production. He's a guy that if you cover him one-on-one, he's probably playing in the slot somewhere, which Kyle Phillips is playing the slot. So he's always playing the outside, which is another thing I don't really love about what Robert Woods is doing right now because he's such a good run blocker. I would say that was Robert Woods' biggest strength, and what he brought the most to the Rams was his ability to run block. I mean, we saw last week, the Rams are built on that, man. They got Cooper Kupp fucking laying a crack block on a linebacker and damn near knocking the guy to his ass. Yeah. It's just the little things, man. It's the little things that Robert Woods can do, but he's not going to be your guy, and neither is Treylon Burks. So, yeah, take the Raiders here. They have a guy.
There we go. Okay, so with that being said, which players are you liking in this game to maybe score a touchdown? Maybe you're starting them in fantasy. I mean, you got to go with Derrick Henry and like Devontae Adams, right? Are those the only 2 guys right now?
Derrick Henry's got to prove he's worth the shit to me this year because I really do. Like I said, man, when you have 8 people in the box all game, this is still the NFL, baby. Like there's still some big humans on that other side of the ball. Mm-hmm. And when the numbers don't fucking match up for the other team and there's more guys in the box and you can block with what you have in the box, I don't care who you have at running back. It is going to be tough to get yards. And so the Titans are really going to have to take a shot over the top and prove that they can beat someone over the top to open up Derrick Henry. And until they do that, I wouldn't bench Derrick Henry, of course, in fantasy, but at the same time, I'd be trying to trade his ass.
Wow. That's a bold statement that you just made. What was I going to say right now? Oh, I wanted to say that Hunter Renfrow is not playing in this game. It was just announced this morning that he has a concussion still and he won't be cleared by Sunday. So do you think that hurts the Raiders at all, or do you think that won't be really?
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the 12-year-old kid who gets thrown out at the plate and starts crying. He's not really hurt. I mean, yeah, you fumble to lose a football game, you're probably not going to play next week anyway. So,
Yeah,
you know,
he's got to
I
have
don't
most
think
of
it
his
hurts
cover.
you too much. You still got Darren Waller. You still got freaking Devontae Adams. And it's not like Derek Carr was looking Renfro's way at all anyway.
Yeah.
So,
That is true. That is true. I do like the Raiders in this matchup, but I'm a little biased, and I'm not going to be telling people to bet on the Raiders for a while. I got to stay away from them. They're on probation right now with me in my book. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm not betting on this game. I'm staying away. But it sounds like Ito likes the Raiders, which is pretty rare. I mean, unless I'm talking him up on it and I convince him. So
yeah,
maybe
no, I'm definitely taking the Raiders on the spread this game. I'm going to throw them into a parlay.
Nice.
Yeah, no doubt. I will take the Raiders this week. I think that they're going to shellac the Titans. I think the Raiders actually are a good team, dude. They should have won last week. I'm not going to say the refs fucked them, but
a little bit. Just fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was just a fluky game, fluky ending. Kyler Murray fucking was just running around like a little video game character.
It pissed me off, man. I just hated how they left it in the refs' hands. I mean, we had about like 20 seconds left, and they're calling like defensive holding and shit like that. It's like, dude, it wasn't even close to the play at all. Like, it had no effect on what was going on, and it's like they're calling that and giving them another chance, and it was just bullshit to me. But obviously, we blew that game. We had such a fat lead. There should have been no way that they came back into that game, and they did. So props to the Cardinals. Raiders are disappointing me right now. I'm going to stay away. But if you're hearing it from Ito, not from me, bet on the fucking Raiders and win some money, baby. All right, let's get to this other game. We got the Texans at the Bears. The Texans are 0-1-1, and the Bears are 1-1. Chicago at home as the favorites at -2.5, over under 38.5. Pretty low over under if you ask me. What do you see happening in this game, and who do you got winning?
I'm not going to say a winner because I don't know who's going to win. Both these teams stink, but I got a four-word phrase that I've been living by for the last year and a couple games now. Dougie Mills always covers.
That's right.
So let's take the Texans at +3 and watch them cover.
Let's do it. I think they'll get a win in this game. I really like the Texans for whatever reason. They tug at my heartstrings all the time. I got Brandon Cooks on my team in both of my leagues. He's a guy that I really like, and he should have had a touchdown last week. Kind of underperformed. He had like 9 points, but without a touchdown, I mean, that's pretty solid. If he got a touchdown, you're looking at 15, 16 points. And I love Davis Mills. I think what he's doing over there is special. He's starting to run the ball a little bit more. He's got a big arm. He's got that Stanford IQ. So I would have to go with the Texans as with the spread, maybe money line too. But yeah, I would just bet that straight up, not throwing that in a parlay or anything like that.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of Dougie Mills slander, especially after last week. He didn't have his team score a touchdown. But if you're watching that game, there was 2 drop touchdown passes in that game by the Texans. So you get one of those 2, they come out with a victory, and we have a whole different story about Dougie Mills. And I guarantee you that this spread is probably going the other way. But you give Dougie Mills points, you fucking take Dougie Mills in the bet.
Yeah, and it kind of pissed me off that those 2 drop touchdowns were by Brandon Cooks, and it's like that was one of my anytime touchdown scores. I was absolutely killing it when it came to the anytime touchdown scores last week.
Yeah, it was unreal.
It was crazy. I mean, I've never had a week like that. We won some good money off that shit, and
we did.
I hope the people did too. I hope they're listening in. But let's take the Texans spread. I like that too. Let's get on to the next game. We got the Chiefs and the Colts. Chiefs currently 2-0, but they are on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. Kansas City is the favorites by -5.5, over under 50.5. Looks like Shaq Leonard is back on that defense. Do you think this will help the Colts out? Is that why the line is so low? What do you see happening in this game? I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to kick some ass.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Chiefs by fucking 30 if you gave it to me the right price. The Chiefs are going to shellac them. We all know it. The over-under is also, I think, way too high. It's 50.5. I mean, I think the Colts' game plan is going to be keep the ball to Patrick Mahomes' hands. The Chiefs don't have the best run defense in the league. They're probably around middle of the pack to lower end, if anything. And so I do see Jonathan Taylor running the ball a lot, but it's another one of those things, man. Like Michael Pittman isn't that guy yet. He's not an automatic open receiver when they go man coverage. So you're going to see a lot of 8 in the box, especially on rundowns for the Chiefs. And yeah, I think the Colts are going to try to slow the game down, condense the game, give Patrick Mahomes as little possessions as possible. With that being said, they can only keep it out of his hands so much. So the Chiefs will cover that spread, but I would also hammer the under a little fucking double 2-leg parlay, same game, plus 200 about. So I would take that.
Okay. And with your philosophy that you're saying, I'm going to give out my anytime touchdown score of the week, which is Michael Pittman. I think Michael Pittman's going to have a touchdown because, like you're saying, they're going to stack the box. They're going to dare Jonathan Taylor to run. They don't have the best DBs. And Michael Pittman, I think he is going to be the guy pretty soon, especially with Matt Ryan there. I know a lot of people are talking shit about him right now, but in his first game, we saw how much Matt Ryan likes the guy. He's targeting him all the time. He's like one of the only wide receivers on that team besides your boy Alec Pierce. So I see him getting a lot of targets, and I think they're going to dare Jonathan Taylor to run, and he's going to be throwing to my boy Michael Pittman. And, I think he's going to score a touchdown. What's that paying out at?
Plus 160.
Let's go, baby. There we go. That's a great payout. I like that. I'm taking that. I'll be giving you some money, and so you could bet that for me. There we go. But yeah, I do like the spread. I think Chiefs will kick the shit out of them. I think that the Colts have no chance. And I'm wondering like why it's so low. And you got a guy that is an absolute shark. And you said that he's taking the Colts spread, right?
Yeah, he got him at plus 7 somehow. Yeah, so I don't know, man. The guy's kind of a kook, and yeah, he's usually right. But so probably, I don't know, maybe a 6-point game or something. Maybe the fucking Chiefs miss the PAT. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? But at 5.5, I'm hammering it.
Yeah, I'm along with the ride on that one. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's seeing. And it seems like a lot of people are saying that the Colts are going to do good in this game. And I just don't get it.
And let's put it like this, man. My guy is about like 17-2 right now in the NFL. So it balances out. Yeah. Maybe this is the week he's going to fucking start losing. I'm actually not riding him at all this week for that reason because you can only be hot for so long unless you're fucking on the informed moron.
That's right. And we're always right here, especially when it comes to anytime touchdowns. So smash Michael Pittman for 160, baby. We're winning money off that fucking thing. Let's get into another 10 o'clock game. I think this is the matchup of the week. It is the Bills versus the Dolphins, 2 undefeated teams. Buffalo is in Miami, and the line is currently at -5 for Buffalo. Over-under at 53. If you ask me, I don't really bet on over-unders, but I think that over is going to hit for sure. What are you thinking?
I think the Bills' defense is pretty fucking good, man. And it will be interesting to fucking see because, it'll be interesting to see fucking –
What's going on over there?
Oh, there's a fucking party going on in the house right now.
That's right.
A lot of excitement in the house. But, 53.5 is a lot for a top defense in the league. So, I don't know. We'll see what the Dolphins are all about. I'm definitely going to be hammering the Bills. They've showed me a lot more than the Dolphins have. But, fucking A, man. The Dolphins actually, they could be something. This is a really good tester game. It's a game that you're going to – I threw money on the money line, and I parlayed that with the Eagles. -2.5 was the actual bet that I made this week on the Bills. But it's going to be one of those games where I'm just kind of excited to watch. I want to see what both teams are made of. It's going to show, are the Bills' defense really that good, or did they just go up against – who they play? They've played the fucking Titans, and they played –
the Rams.
And the Rams, who also didn't look great in their second game. So it's like, did they just play two so-so offenses, or is their defense fucking flying around the field? That's something to pay attention to. This is a game that you're really want to highlight moving forward in this year to see how we should be betting.
So I think the Bills defense is really good, but I think the Dolphins offense is spectacular. I think they're very special, and I think there's going to be absolute fireworks in this game. I'm looking forward to watching it. Both of these quarterbacks I love, Josh Allen, Tua, great wide receivers, and Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, and on the other side, Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, all those guys you want to start. I might stay away from the running back situation right now with both of these teams. They're just very similar. and I'm excited to watch it, man. Like this is my number one game of the week, and I think that over is gonna for sure hit. You want another anytime touchdown score? It's gonna be Gabe Davis. I love that guy. Let's see what that's paying out for. Stephon Diggs is an absolute monster, so we know that payout's not going to be very much. But when Gabe Davis is on the field, he's always getting a touchdown. He's a touchdown machine. So what's that paying out? I'd imagine like
Gabe Davis is plus 140.
What the fuck are we talking about right now? Let's go, baby.
Let's hammer that. And man, another couple that I like is Chase Edmonds at plus 175 or Raheem at plus 210.
I love the Raheem. I love the Raheem bet.
I kind of like the Raheem too, man. I want to see him surfing in the end zone again. It's been too long. It's my favorite celebration in the league all time, and that won't change. So
hey, McDaniels, I mean, he's got the connection with the Niners. Raheem's coming over from the Niners. It looks like he wants to run them a lot, especially after last week. Everyone thought it was going to be Chase Edmonds, including myself. And it looks like Raheem's the guy. If I had some room for him on waivers in my other league, he is on the waiver wire right now. I'd say if you need a running back on the bench, for some depth, pick up Raheem if he's available. I think he's going to be solid the rest of the year. Do you think that's a good pickup?
Yeah, I think that's a great pickup. I think that I honestly believe Mike McDaniels was the true genius on that coaching staff in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a reason that he took Raheem with him, and he understands how to use speed, and that's something that Raheem has. Mm-hmm. And so he will get him into open space a lot. He knows what guys are good at. He knows what guys aren't good at. Yeah. I was actually watching a video of a receiver that Mike McDaniels is coach when he was just a receivers coach over in, I want to say Washington, so way back in the day. And receiver is talking about how Mike McDaniels is a true genius. Like, there is no one like him in the league. Yep. He was saying that when it came to corners, there's two types of ways the corners press. It's either with their hands and they really fucking jam off the line, or they slowly fucking shuffle off the line. And he said, we're going to practice two different types of releases, and I'm going to tell you the only release you're allowed to use all day, depending on what corner's on you.
Wow.
The guy said by game 6, no one was pressing that whole team anymore. They had free releases off the line the rest of the year. Then he dove a little bit deeper, and he started talking about how Mike McDaniels, when teaching these releases, was showing Allen Iverson crossovers, actually. He wasn't teaching releases based off of other guys releasing. He was actually just showing basketball film and showing, like, hey, man, if this guy can do it with the ball in his hand, watch this footwork. This is how you're going to get someone fucking to not be able to jam you.
I haven't watched that interview. I'd love to watch it.
I'll send that over to you.
Dude, it just sounds like I don't know too much about the guy, but I do keep up with the Niners. And when he was there, he was an amazing play caller, and they've kind of lost that a little bit in San Francisco. I mean, they still call good plays and all, but he's just something special. He thinks outside of the box. I mean, and that's very evident when you're talking about showing Allen Iverson clips for wide receivers. I mean, who else thinks that way? That shows a different way of thinking, and it's obviously taken him very far. And I think a lot of people wrote him off when he went to Miami. And I was like, dude, that's going to be really special. I was a firm believer in the Dolphins. And it looks like they're proving me right so far. And I think they might win this game. But with that being said, I do take the Bills with the money line. I'm staying away from that spread. But I'm smashing the over. I love the over for that game. And I'll be watching. All right. Let's get to another 10 o'clock game. This one's pretty exciting, too. The Lions versus the Vikings. Both of these teams are 1-1. They are in Minnesota, and Minnesota is currently the favorites at -6 and an over-under at 52.5. So it looks like they're expecting fireworks in this one. Who do you see winning this game? I think I might have to roll with the Lions covering.
But I'll probably go with an alt spread, move the Lions up to about 10.5, then move that under down a little bit to about 46.5, 44.5. Let me work out these numbers really quick. Make sure that they all work out like I think they will. So I'm going Lions 10.5. And then alternate total points. We're going to go over, let's see. We're going to go over 46.5, and that's going to give us a -101. So pretty much even money. That's probably how I'll attack this game.
Wow.
I mean, the Lions are cover machines, but at the same time, I don't think, and I'm not even sure about this because the Lions have a lot of firepower this year, and it's not being talked about at all. They're actually a team with weapons all over the field.
Mm-hmm.
They got DeAndre Swift. They got Amon-Ra. They got who's their other receiver over there? They got TJ Hawkinson at tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They have one more receiver that's worth his weight in gold. And I think the Lions are actually a team to be reckoned with. You were right, man. Maybe I should have watched a little more Hard Knocks this year. DMC's got the boys on the roll, man.
He does. And let's get to the obvious here. Amon-Ra is going to score a touchdown. DeAndre Swift's going to score a touchdown. Justin Jefferson's going to score a touchdown. And I think our boy Dalvin Cook's going to score a touchdown too. So you got 4 anytime touchdown scores that I'm throwing out in this game. And it looks like Las Vegas knows it's going to be high scoring. So what's the best payout out of all 4 of those guys?
So out of the 4 of those, the best payout is DeAndre Swift at plus 110.
What are we talking about right now? Smash that.
But, if you parlay all those together, you're looking at plus 1222.
Oh, my God. Are we smashing that?
I might have to throw at least a 20 spot on that.
I'm rolling with you. We're doing that.
Yeah, I could see that happening too. And then, neither one of those teams could really stop anyone. Minnesota was able to stop Green Bay, so I take that back. But they got absolutely shellacked by the Eagles. Yeah, man, I love that bet, actually. Let's fucking roll on that. I'm not a big parlay guy. I'm more about like the 2-leg parlays that are a little safer, but I'm fucking rolling with you on that. That plus 1222 kind of seems like plus 200 to me.
Dude, Dick's hard right now. We're going to win some money, dude. I'm throwing a 20 spot on that too. That's our monster parlay right there with anytime touchdown scores. And I'm telling you, all 4 of those guys are going to fucking score. No problem. No questions.
Yeah, $20 will pay you $244.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're doing that. I'm fucking doing that with you. I might just Venmo you right now. Okay. So you think that the Vikings are winning this game? I think the Vikings will probably take it.
But I think the Lions will cover for sure, especially if you go plus 10.5. I think that's a very safe. The Lions are the best team in the league at getting garbage time points. It's fucking unreal. So even let's say the Vikings are up 14 with under fucking 2 minutes left, the Lions will go and score that touchdown to make it a 7-point game and cover that spread.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we're watching that game. We're throwing $20 on all 4 of those anytime touchdown scores. And we're taking the alt spread for sure. I do like 10.5 for the Lions. And like you're saying, garbage points all day. Another 10 o'clock game. Kind of curious to watch this one. I'm curious about the line. This is probably my favorite spread. We are talking about the Ravens versus the Patriots. Another matchup of 1-1 in in New England at Gillette Stadium. Baltimore currently the favorites at -2.5, over under at 44. Why is Baltimore at -2.5? Do you get that? Do you agree with that?
Man, last year I felt like there was a lot of these games where it's like, man, FanDuel is really fucking up. Vegas is really fucking up. I don't know what's going on. But, there's a little more rigging going on this year. And I'm scared to bet on it because it kind of feels like a trap game. I'm going to bet on it anyway because, in theory, the Ravens should beat the shit out of the Patriots. This game should not be close. Lamar Jackson is playing outside his fucking mind. He bet on himself. It's paying off. The Ravens are going to end up having to pay him $300 million guaranteed by the end of this fucking run. And they're probably going to run their broke-ass owner out of town, dude. It was talked about. I don't know how much you know about owners' fucking money, but that guy's fucking bottom 10% in the league in terms of money. And that's a big reason why he can't. It's not that he won't pay Lamar Jackson this guaranteed money. It's he can't. Because the second you sign a guaranteed contract, all that money needs to be put into escrow. And that sorry son of a bitch doesn't have the money to do it. So he's going to get ran out of town, and fucking Lamar's going to be worth $300 million by the end of this year. So, yeah, let's throw some money on the Ravens. The
Baltimore Ravens owner needs to stop with all the blow and the hookers. Come on, man. You need to invest money in Lamar. He's looking fucking money this year. Put on 30 pounds of muscle this offseason, and he's still faster than ever, throwing fucking bombs. I mean, he doesn't even have any wide receivers really on this team besides Mark Andrews.
Yeah, don't disrespect Bateman, dude. Bateman is a good fucking receiver.
Hey, and Devin Duvernay is looking solid too. I picked him up off of in our fantasy league that we got together in the draft in the way late rounds. I didn't even really know him, and I'm just like, all right, I'll go with this guy. And he's had a touchdown in the first 2 games. So tell me what his anytime touchdown is right now.
Duvernay is all the way at plus 350.
Well, that's an anytime touchdown score that I like for that payout. But with that being said, we know Lamar is going to score a touchdown, right?
Yeah, plus 160.
Lamar?
Yeah, I don't know
What?
what's going on with this game, actually, man. Now that I'm actually looking at the over-under and looking at the odds for the anytime touchdown scores. So they got it at 44.5, which let's say 21-21 brings it to 42.
Yeah.
So let's just say 24-21 is the final score, which kind of seems realistic. That means there's 6 touchdowns scored in the game, and they have every guy in the pluses. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So yeah, I would say we're gonna hammer Bateman at plus 210. We're gonna hammer Duvernay at plus 350.
Yeah.
We're gonna hammer fucking Mark Andrews at plus 130. Hell, I'm gonna hammer fucking Ramondre Stevens at plus 190. What are we even fucking talking about?
What's going on here?
I have no clue. I think they fucked up this whole game, dude. And that's why it feels like a trap game at the same time. This is where fucking Vegas is tickling some taints, fucking messing with the refs' pockets, and so.
Yeah, maybe. I think what it is they're respecting Bill Belichick and his son, who's the defensive coordinator right now. I mean,
that guy's a fucking cokehead. I'm not going to get into it, but
yeah, you see him on the
Belichick is not Bill.
No, he's not at all. I mean, I guess you got to throw some respect on that name and everything, but he's not the guy. I mean, he hired his own fucking son. It's kind of a joke. I mean, it seems like he's playing Madden on the hard level right now, like on expert level, just trying to see how good he can do if he can win a 500 season or something like that. And that'd be a win in his book.
Yeah, and what is Bill Belichick? Okay, so I mean, you know how much I've loved Bill Belichick my whole life. I based my whole fucking life, my whole sports life. Hell, my whole life, my whole philosophy is a Bill Belichick mentality because I saw how much that guy wins. It's do your fucking job. That's it. Yeah. Don't try to be the hero. Just do your job. And my whole sports career, I really took that to heart. But, now that Tommy's gone, the guy's got a losing record without Tommy. And it's not even close. He's got like a fucking 400 win percentage, maybe even less than that without Tom. So is he that great of a coach, or is he just an old man who likes to yell at people?
Yeah, at this point, I think he's in the later years of his career. He was the guy at one point, but without the best quarterback of all time on your team, you're not going to do as well. I get the defense looks good and everything, but we're smashing that fucking Baltimore Ravens spread all day. Yes, let's exploit Vegas. Yeah, what were you going to say?
Their asses. No, I can't believe it. -2.5. Like, it doesn't really even make sense.
Doesn't make sense to me at all. We got a lot of 10 o'clock games. We're getting into another one right now. Bengals versus the Jets. 0-2 Bengals versus the 1-1 Jets with big dick Joe Flacco back there, absolutely getting all the air yards this year. I saw he's like number 3 in passing yards this year. Absolutely insane. The first name that comes to mind for an anytime touchdown scorer off the bat is Breece Hall. No, I got him on my team and everything, but I think he's starting to show why he was drafted so early and why everyone's saying he's the next best fantasy player. I think after last week, he solidified it a little bit. He's looking a little bit better. Michael Carter is still over there, but I got to say, I'm feeling a Breece Hall touchdown in my nutsack. What's that paying out?
Yeah, so this is going to tingle your balls a little bit. We're looking at a plus 290 for Breece Hall.
God, what's going on this week, dude?
Dude, I have no clue. I think I might just bang all the fucking games and just bet anytime touchdown scores. And this is fucking ridiculous, man.
That's insane.
They got Joe Mixon -140. They got Jamar Chase -115. Let me ask you this. What the fuck have either of those guys done this year? Joe Burrow looks like his appendix is still fucked up. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. He looks scared. He looks like Derek Carr right after he broke his leg. The guy might have taken too many hits, dude. He's getting a little bit gun shy. He's cool. He's the coolest motherfucker I've ever seen. Don't get me wrong. But, dude, he's looking a little gun shy out there. And until fucking he shows that he's worth a shit still,
yeah,
I got to stay away from that guy. And so I'm not going to bet on any of those in the minuses. But then I'm looking, we got fucking Michael Carter plus 200. I've never been an Elijah Moore fan, but he's plus 230 if you are. Garrett Wilson plus 240.
Oh, my God.
You got fucking Breece Hall plus 290.
Oh, my God.
Dude, it's fucking unreal, man.
Brees Hall is scoring a touchdown in this game. I'm telling you, I don't know why I know. I don't know how I know. I'm pretty good with this for whatever reason, and I'm rolling with the hot hand. And I'm saying Brees Hall's getting a touchdown in there. One of my favorite anytime touchdown scores of the week. But yeah, we're talking a lot of shit about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow does look like fucking absolute cock this year, and not in a good way. He's not looking like the Joe Burrow that we all fell in love with last year when he led them to the Super Bowl. I got him on my fantasy team. I'm a little skeptical about him and everything. But with that being said, he is playing the Jets. And I think this might be a bounce back game for him. I think he gets his confidence up a little bit, maybe gets the momentum rolling on that offense a little bit. I think he will do good. But that spread, it's -6.5 for the Bengals right now. What are we thinking about that? I mean, they are at MetLife Stadium in New York. They're on the road and they're being favored by 6.5. What are we doing?
I'm staying away from it because, dude, in theory, the Bengals are way better, but fucking in reality right now, I said the same thing last week when the Bengals were playing the Cowboys. Hell, I told the people to take them at -12.5. My bad.
Yeah.
My fucking bad. I had no clue. I had no clue that Joe Burrow was going to look like a scared little bitch back there in the pocket. No offense, Joey, but my goodness, man, get your shit together. So I'm going to stay away from actually anything to do with the points in this game because I don't know. And watching the Jets, that's a team that never says die. That's that Robert Saleh mentality. I watched them down fucking 14 points, under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Never in the NFL has a team come back from that before. Well, there's always a first, man. And, that's going to be a little momentum builder. That's going to really fucking hammer home now when Robert Saleh is standing in front of the guys telling them, hey, we're not going to quit. And every guy in that locker room is like, yeah, dude, we fucking believe you now. Like, this is crazy. Yeah.
You got me excited over this game now. I think this might be a good game. Yeah, gosh, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen now, but I do like the Jets. They got a lot of pieces there, young guys they're trying to build up around Zach Wilson, the MILF Slayer. But they got Joe Flacco in there, and you're talking about this guy's being disrespected. People were writing him off, and it looks like he's doing the job this year. What do you see happening in this game with him? You think he's going to go off?
Man, so I hear a lot of sorry sacks of shit saying, hey, you can't win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. You can't win a Super Bowl with a fucking decent quarterback. Well, let me tell you this. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. So those same sorry pieces of shit are the ones saying Zach Wilson's better than fucking Joe Flacco. So make up your fucking mind. Joe Flacco's going to have another good game because he's a pretty decent quarterback. He's definitely a fucking B- to C+ level quarterback. And, you need a great defense to win with that, which the Jets don't completely have yet. They're getting closer to the defense they need. But yeah, man, I think that Joe Flacco is going to have another pretty decent game. I think he has a lot of weapons to throw to, and the guy's got a big arm, man.
Yeah, for sure. And with that being said, all the Zach Wilson slander, we will remind the people we love Mormons on this podcast. We absolutely love the Church of Latter-day Saints. So we hope he's doing well. We hope his recovery is going well. Lay off the MILFs. You got to watch that knee. Okay.
Yeah, and Taysom Hill, he's a better Mormon. Like, I'll say it. Zach Wilson may go to hell at this point. And, Mormon is the right religion. I'm not going to fucking deny that. But you can't be slaying your mom's friends and, just expect to go fucking into heaven's gates and just get right on in. So
no, Jehovah's not going to be too happy about that at all. Okay, so we got another 10 o'clock game. We got the Eagles versus the Commanders. Eagles 2-0, the Commanders 1-1. The Commanders are looking good this year, but the Philadelphia Eagles are favored by 6.5 on the road. And I will say this, that's another spread that I like. I know it's a little high or whatever, but I think the Eagles are absolutely going to butt fuck Carson Wentz and the boys. I think Carson Wentz will probably throw an interception. I wonder what that's paying out at if you want to check that for me. I think he will be throwing an interception to Darius Slay, whatever the fuck his last name is. What's his name? The guy
Darius Slay.
Yeah, he's looking like a beast. I mean, we saw him in prime time against Kirk Cousins getting 2 interceptions. He's a dog, and I don't think Carson Wentz is better than Kirk in any facet, and he's very similar to him. So I see an interception happening.
Yeah. Darius Slay's a big brain motherfucker, and I had no clue. I was watching some film breakdown on that game last week with the Eagles and the Vikings, and he was one-on-one with Justin Jefferson. He saw the route combo, and it looked like Kirk Cousins just kind of threw it on a, like, everyone was kind of wondering, like, what the fuck happened? He threw it right to the guy. But what happened is Darius Slay ran the route before Jefferson did, and Jefferson tried to improvise because he realized it and faded out to the corner when really he was supposed to run probably like a 15-yard in and probably across Darius Slay's face. But Darius Slay is also like 6'2", I want to say. So he's a tall guy. He's super tall for a corner to be able to move the way he does. And so he just absolutely cut that route off. And so, yeah, man, I really like what you're saying. Carl Wentz loves throwing interceptions. We all know that. If you have him on your fantasy team, start him. The guy's putting up 30 burgers somehow. But yeah, he's not a great quarterback if you're trying to win football games. But as far as, you know, putting up points, he's fucking great at it. I'm also taking the Eagles -6.5. I had to choose the spread. But you know me, man. FanDuel, Vegas, DraftKings, all these guys, they have people in there doing it for a living. They set these spreads, and that's what they do for a living. And so I respect their game, and so I like to go alternate spreads. So I actually have the Eagles at -2.5, and I think I mentioned it earlier, parlayed with the Ravens money line.
Nice. I like that a lot. Did you get a number on the payout for Carson Wentz interception by chance?
Let me check that out.
Well, while you're saying that, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put another anytime touchdown score out there and manifest it. AJ Brown's getting a touchdown in this game. One of my favorite wide receivers. Jalen Hurts at quarterback, looking like a fucking savage this year. I think AJ Brown will get a TD this week. So there you go. Win some money.
Let me get those numbers for you too. First, we're gonna go Carson Wentz interception. Yes, is -188.
Oh wow, they know.
So yeah, they know. They're pretty confident that guy kind of stinks. So then we're gonna look at AJ Brown is +110 for an anytime touchdown score. I like that a lot.
I like that too. Yeah, you could throw some good money on that, win some good money. I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Hey, here's another one I really like. And tell me what you think, because you're the anytime touchdown score guy. So I just kind of pick off of what I think, but you got final say on this shit from now on. Because every time I don't listen to you and you say don't bet on that guy, he doesn't score, and every time you tell me to bet on a guy, I'm like, I don't know, man. Allen Robinson, week 1, he's going to score. They don't score. So we're looking at Logan Thomas +290.
Whoa, okay. So I'm a little unsure on Logan Thomas. I wouldn't bet it yet, but he does have a lot of promise in his game, and we do like Carson Wentz a lot here when it comes to scoring points and everything. So maybe he gets a touchdown, maybe he doesn't, but I'm kind of like 50-50 on that right now.
And hey, I'm not a huge over-under guy, but actually I fucking like the over on this game too.
What is it at? Let me see it. It's
47.5.
Oh, okay.
So what I see is either way, man. So I think that whether or not it's a close game, let's say it's a blowout, Eagles start beating the shit out of them. Carson Wentz will get his garbage time points. That guy knows how to move the ball downfield. He's got an electric arm. And if it's a close game, I don't see it really being a shutout because I don't see Washington's defense being able to contain that explosive offense the Eagles have this year. And so I could see this being a very high-scoring game, which we haven't seen too much this year.
What's Jahan Dotson anytime touchdown score? What's that paying out?
Jahan Dotson is +270.
Oh my God. That guy scored a touchdown in both of his opening games so far and still got him at +275. That's some disrespect. If you want some value, you want to throw on $20, Jahan Dotson. That's what I'd roll over Logan.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be the way to go. All right, let's get to another one. We got the last 10 o'clock game we're going to be covering. Last one of the slate. Kind of interesting, I don't know. Saints versus the Panthers. Saints 1-1, Panthers 0-2. I will say I kind of like this spread, though. New Orleans Saints at -2.5, over under 41. I think the Saints are going to fucking smash them. I'm not a big believer in Baker. Not a big believer in Carolina. Although Christian McCaffrey just got off the injury report, looks like he's going to be playing. He'll probably have a touchdown, but I'm sure that doesn't pay out too well. But that's about my only anytime touchdown score for this game, and I think the Saints are going to win. What do you think?
I think the Saints will win too, but I bet on quarterbacks. Like a big part of my betting philosophy revolves around the quarterback on the team and the style of football they play in. And Jameis Winston is the most unpredictable motherfucker I've ever seen. I mean, we saw it. The Bucs had a losing record before Tom got there. Now Tom's the best quarterback to ever live, so it's hard to directly compare like that losing record to a Super Bowl the next year and be like, oh, well, it's just because Winston stinks. It also has to do with Tom being the greatest. Yeah. But, you know, Winston can throw 4 picks in any given game. Yeah. Will it be this game? I don't know. I know the Panthers are going to be playing with their hair on fire. They had 2 games, which they were right in. They lost at the very end. Week 1, they had a very emotional game for Baker against the Browns.
Right.
They almost came away with that one. They had the lead late. And then against the Giants last week, I'm pretty sure the Giants hit a 56-yard field goal at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Win that one.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I think that that's going to be a really good game. If I were to bet on it, I would probably just take the Saints money line, minus 152. But that's another one I'm going to stay away from.
Okay.
If Alvin Kamara does play, though, I would hammer him for an anytime touchdown score, which is at plus 100 right now. What do you think about that?
I don't really like it. I don't know why. Alvin Kamara is good. He probably will score a touchdown, but it's not like for sure.
Okay.
So I'd stay away from it, but like if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But that's not someone I want to put my money on to score a touchdown.
So Michael Thomas is at plus 150.
There we go. That's an anytime touchdown score that I like right there.
Okay.
Now we're talking. And what's Jameis Winston to throw an interception? Because like you're saying, it happens all the time.
This is probably going to be somewhere near minus 200.
Yeah, I would say so. He's due for one.
Also minus 188.
I'd say go Michael Thomas, anytime touchdown score. You got my approval on that one, especially for plus 150. That's a better spot to throw your money. I mean, plus 100 for Alvin Kamara, that's good and all, but I see Michael Thomas scoring a touchdown. Let's go with that. Okay. On to the 1 o'clock slate, baby. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chargers. We already talked about that shit, but we're rolling with the Chargers most likely. Although I do see that the Jaguars are cover machines lately. So especially in week 3, pretty crazy for whatever reason. They always cover in week 3. And I don't know. I feel like the Jaguars will probably cover that game for whatever reason, just because I saw some stupid stats about it. Let's go on to the next one, baby. We got the Rams at the Cardinals, a divisional game going on in Glendale, Arizona at the State Farm Stadium. Los Angeles Rams are currently the favorite at minus 3.5, road favorites over under at 48.5. What do you see happening in this game?
Ooh, fuck, man. Both these teams have looked so shaky at the start. The Cardinals had a really emotional win last week. I would say the Rams. I would buy a point, though. Take them at minus 2.5.
There you go. What do you think about a Kyler Murray rushing touchdown? I see him.
You're the anytime touchdown score guy, so if you like it, I like it. And the money's actually looking pretty good because I don't see him yet. Plus 250.
Ooh, boy. I like that one in this matchup. I think Kyler Murray is going to continue running the ball, try to get into the end zone on his feet. I think they don't have the most weapons right now without DeAndre Hopkins. They do have Hollywood Brown. What's a Hollywood Brown touchdown paying out at?
Hollywood Brown is plus 210.
Wow, okay. I'm not the biggest Hollywood Brown fan in the world, but I would say I could see him scoring a touchdown, and I like that value. So maybe let's roll with that and a Kyler Murray rushing touchdown. I like both of those. I don't know who's going to win this game. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I'm staying away from it. If I had to bet money, though, on the money line or the spread, I'd probably go Arizona money line because it is at plus 3.5. So I imagine the payout's pretty good.
Plus 162.
Not bad at all. That's where I'd put my money. I don't want to put my money on the Rams in the negative. I mean, I want to win some money. I like underdogs. So I would say that's one of my favorite underdogs of the week, especially because they're at home. They beat the Raiders last week. The Raiders aren't the best team in the world, but neither are the Rams. and they came back from that big deficit. So I think they're going to have some momentum.
So tell me what you think about this, man. If you're gonna take the Cardinals on the money line, what do you think about adding in an alternate total points?
Okay.
And we go over, I would say over 44.5, because I think if the Cardinals win, they're gonna have to put up a lot of points. I think they're gonna have to be in the 30s somewhere. And we're looking at plus 256 if we do that.
Okay. I like that. But the only thing is James Conner might not play. We don't know. So if James Conner doesn't play, that's going to be less points. So I would say put in that bet if James Conner is playing. If not, I'd say stay away from it. That's the only thing I'd say. Yeah. So we'll keep up to date on that going all the way into Sunday afternoon, and we'll see what the haps is for Mr. Conner. I love that guy. Like you're saying, he battled cancer before and came back from an absolute dog. He's looking like a beast. I do hope he doesn't play, because if he does play, I will be playing against him in our fantasy league against Rice and Greens. So it's pretty fucked up that I'm hoping that he doesn't play and hope that an injury takes over. But hey, I'm a little selfish and I want to win against him. So let's go on to another 125 game on Fox. It's going on in Seattle. We're talking about the Falcons at the Seahawks, and currently the line is even, and the over-under is 42. I got to say, I like the Falcons in this game, man. I think they're going to win.
It all comes back to fucking when you're dealing with shitty quarterbacks, and I'm not no diss to Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota has played decent in this league, but he's still a shitty quarterback in comparison to the other quarterbacks in this league. Mm-hmm. I stay away from games like that. I don't like it at all. It could be a shootout. It could be a fucking 10-13 game. Who fucking knows? If I had to bet on a side, I would write Falcons on one side of the coin and Seahawks on the other and flip it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Vegas is thinking too. It's even right now. And like you're saying, Marcus Mariota is a pretty shitty quarterback. He's not really a starter in this league. And the thing that I hate most about the Falcons is their head coach, Arthur Smith, absolute fucking tardo. He's got Kyle Pitts on his team, and he's having him run block. He's barely targeting him in the pass game. Fucking stupid. But Drake London's looking like a beast. He's looking like a dog. Cardell Patterson's looking pretty good after the spectacular year that he had last season. So those would probably be my two anytime touchdown scores from this game is Cardell Patterson and Drake London. It just depends who you like more in this matchup. But I imagine that the Drake London touchdown's probably paying out a little bit more. What's that at?
That is going to be at plus 210 for Drake London.
Let's go.
And Cordell Patterson is plus 135.
I'd go Drake London. Drake London's sticking out to me. He's looking spectacular. He's looking like an absolute target machine. We know that Marcus Mariota really likes him. We know that Arthur Smith really likes him. So let's put the money on that. That's my favorite anytime touchdown score from this matchup. And for the Rams, no one's really sticking out to me. I don't know why. I don't know who's score. Oh, what the fuck? Why am I thinking about the Rams? I'm sorry, the Seahawks. Then again, I don't fucking know. I mean, Seahawks are a weird team. Geno Smith is the quarterback. I feel pretty embarrassed for saying the Rams. Same fucking division, whatever. I don't know why, but the Falcons have some sexy pieces over there. I feel like they should be better than they are. But I think it's kind of time to put in what the fuck's his name? The guy that they drafted, Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati. I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, let him go through his bumps now before you have like the whole team develop. I agree with that. And the other thing, man, about this game, which is really weird, is it's really hard to like rank the strength of opponents for the Seahawks so far, because the Seahawks have played the Broncos and the Niners. The Broncos are a team that no one's really sure about. Like, they're supposed to be really good. Yep. We don't know if they're really good. They had a close game against Houston. They lost to the Seahawks, but they lost to the Seahawks at the Seahawks place with the 12th man going absolutely fucking nuts because they hate douchey-ass Russell Wilson. And you had a whole Seahawks team that absolutely wanted to fucking slaughter the guy. So that's a really emotional game for the Seahawks. And then after that, they get absolutely shellacked by the Niners, The Niners, we don't know who they are either. I mean, we lost to the Bears, but that's a hard game to judge. It was in a monsoon with our fucking D2 quarterback.
Yeah.
And so it's fucking tough, man. It's tough to say anything about this game. The Falcons played the Saints really well. They put up a shit ton of points on them, so I will say that. The Seahawks defense kind of sucks, so maybe a Falcons over points. Let's see what that's running at.
Yeah, let's see it. I like that.
Let's see. Yeah, they don't even have that up, so yeah, I'm staying away from that. But if it's anywhere, let's say 20.5 or lower, I'm gonna hammer it.
Okay. Well, I will say the only bet I really like from this game is the Drake London anytime touchdown score. And what's funny is he's one of my favorites of the week as well, along with Breece Hall, which are two rookies, and they're pretty unproven, but I think they're both going to get a touchdown this week for whatever reason. I feel good about that. Last week was the year of the tight ends. Last week was the week of the tight ends. I'm a little tired, but this week is the week of the rookies when it comes to anytime touchdown scores. Put your fucking money right there. Let's go. The last afternoon slate game for Sunday. It is the Packers at the Buccaneers. The Packers are 1-1. The Bucs are 2-0. They're playing at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Tampa Bay is currently the favorite by -1 and the over-under at 42. And I got to say, on social media and with a lot of my friend groups and everything, they're like, fuck this game. It's going to be so boring. And I'm like, dude, you're saying that two of the best quarterbacks of all time matching up in an afternoon game is going to be fucking boring. Are you kidding me? I know that a lot of their wide receivers are hurt on both sides and everything, but you got to remember, both of these quarterbacks haven't always had the best wide receivers or the best weapons, and they still find a way to get it fucking done. I think it's going to be exciting. And with that being said, the over-under at 42, I might just smash the over. What are you thinking?
Definitely not going to smash the over, but this is my favorite bet of the week. The Bucs at -1.5 is an absolute joke. The Bucs are going to fucking stomp them. So I actually have I have a lot of money, let's say, on the freaking Bucs, a lot more than I usually put on teams. So I don't, you know me, I don't ever bet against Tom, but if it's a game that I like with Tom in it, I always bet on it, and this is one of those, man. I think that the Bucs defense might be the best in the league. So far from what I watched, it's between them and the Bills. Those are two teams just absolutely flying around, but I think the Bucs play a little bit more of a physical brand of football than the Bills do. And the Bills have a little bit more team speed, but the Bucs have fucking two linebackers, Devin White and Levante David, that actually just go sideline to sideline, killing people. Yeah, and then they got that D line with Shaq Barrett. They got they picked up they got freaking Vita Vea. They picked up Akeem Hicks, who's an absolute stud who definitely doesn't get the credit he deserves. Yeah, Akeem Hicks is the monster. And then they got Joe Tyron Tukamonunga. He was a rookie last year. He's really starting to develop. And then their back end is just getting more mature. They've got to grow up together. You know, they've been together for 3 years since that Super Bowl run now, and they're clicking. They're clicking on all cylinders. So I don't think the Packers will find a way to score this game. Put a lot of money on the fucking Bucs.
What's Leonard Fournette anytime touchdown paying out?
So playoff Lenny is -110.
Okay. I mean, I'd say he's going to score a touchdown, though. So I like that. And I will say that I'm riding with you on the Buccaneers covering that spread. I got 3 spreads that I really like this week. It's the Buccaneers at -1.5.
Yep.
Buffalo Bills at -5.5.
Yep.
And the Baltimore Ravens at -3. Those are my 3 favorites.
Yep.
And I put those all in a parlay, and I also added the Chiefs money line and the Eagles money line. And I'm betting $12 on that, and it's paying out 106. So I mean, yeah, I really
have to ride you on that one. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, if the people at home like it too, let's ride it together, and we're gonna call it the Informed Morons parlay, and you're gonna win some money off that. You don't even have to bet a lot on it. You get a nice little payout. Don't gotta risk too much, and you get a nice little biscuit at the end of the day. So let's get into the last game of the week that we are going to be breaking down for this week.
Hey, hold up. One more bet on this game that I really like is there's an over-under touchdown scored for this game, and it's at 4.5. Okay. I would slam the under.
Okay.
I think, freaking Tom Brady has a lot of receivers hurt right now. He's got a lot of linemen hurt right now.
Yeah.
They really are fucking on their last limb, but Tom Brady figures out a way to get in the end zone, a couple times. And like I said, I don't think the Green Bay Packers will get in the end zone at all. They'll be lucky to get in once. But I definitely think that game's going under 4.5 tutties. Yeah. And the other bet that I like that I got to get approved with you first is Russell Gage anytime touchdown score at plus 200. So Julio Jones is out, Mike Evans is out, Chris Godwin is out. They just picked up Cole Beasley off the streets. So he might actually play this weekend. And then after that, they got Russell Gage and a bunch of guys we've never heard of playing receiver.
I do actually like that. That's actually one of the anytime touchdown scores that I do like. You're probably not going to agree with another one that I like from this game because you're saying he's not going to get any touchdowns. But I think Allen Lazard will score a touchdown. What's he paying out at?
Allen Lazard's at plus 195, but I heard he's banged up, actually. He might not play.
He's questionable, yeah. But he's been questionable this whole season. He's battling an ankle injury. And the only reason I say I like him to get a touchdown is because the one game he did play, he got a touchdown. And we hear Aaron Rodgers talking so highly about him, hyping him up and stuff. We know that he wants to target him. We know that he wants to give him the ball. So if he plays, I would say he's going to get a touchdown and probably one of the only touchdowns of the game. Maybe A.J. Dillon gets in the end zone too. Those would be my two favorites from the Packers just because I think it's going to pay out a little bit more. But Russell Gage, I could definitely see scoring a touchdown. I'd say that's like an 80, 85% chance of that happening, which is pretty solid, especially for a plus 200 payout. So I'd roll with that one for sure. I like that. That's a good call. Okay. We're going to get into this last game that we're going to break down in this week 3, this magic week 3 where we're absolutely exploiting fucking Vegas. We're talking about the Cowboys at the Giants at MetLife Stadium. New York Giants are currently the favorites at -1 and the over-under at a very disappointing 39. I don't know why, but I'm kind of excited for this matchup. I'm excited to see what Cooper Rush is all about. I want to see if Saquon is that dude this year, if he can keep it up. And I don't know what the hell is going to happen. So that's why I'm excited about it. I'm curious. What do you think?
So I think that if you're going to bet anything Giants related, I think you also need to parlay that with the Saquon Barkley, something Saquon Barkley related. So what I mean by that is we're going to go Saquon Barkley's yards aren't up yet. For rushing yards, they'll probably come out later in the week, but you're definitely going to want to parlay Saquon Barkley rush yards with the Giants money line if you're going to take the Giants on the money line. And the Cowboys, I mean, if you're going to take them, just take them on a normal bet. But I don't know, man. I don't know what the Giants are all about. I don't trust Daniel Jones at all. I don't trust Cooper Rush at all. Jerry Jones was talking about earlier, well, hey, man, if we get fucking 10.5 wins, we're going to have to start thinking. I'm not sure what that means, dude. He just paid Dak Prescott like $500 million. So I don't exactly know what he's talking about. He might just be delusional. He's getting pretty old.
Yeah.
But I think he likes Cooper Rush. He thinks Cooper Rush has a chance to be a dude, it sounds like. And
well, we know he doesn't like black guys because he was born in the 1900s, like early 1900s. So, he's lived through a depression.
There's a lot of fucking African-American Jones in Texas. And so
he's just excited to have a white boy back in there. He's like, he looks like Troy Aikman. I like him. He just likes the white guys. I think that's what it is. And honestly, Cooper Rush looked pretty fucking good against the Bengals, but like we're saying, we don't know who the Bengals are anymore. They're in limbo. We're like, what the fuck's going on with this defense? What's going on with the offensive line that we thought they improved for Joe Burrow? It's looking like shit for them, but I'm excited to see what the Cowboys are all about in this matchup because the Giants are looking pretty solid with Brian Daboll over there as the new head coach and everything. We don't like Daniel Jones, but we do like Saquon Barkley. I'd say he's going to score a touchdown, but it's probably not paying out pretty well. But what's a CD Lamb anytime touchdown paying out, and what's a Saquon touchdown paying out? Those are the two big names.
Saquon minus 110,
And
CeeDee Lamb plus 155,
yeah,
Zeke plus 150.
I hate the Zeke touchdown. I love a CD touchdown for that payout. If you have confidence in the Cowboys, if you're a Cowboys
Hey,
fan,
is Michael Gallup back?
I don't know. Is he?
They have him up right now at plus 200. If Michael Gallup is back, hammer the Cowboys.
Ooh, I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, Michael Gallup is a fucking hell of a receiver.
He is. He's really good, and I think that's going to help out Cooper Rush a lot, especially CD too, because
it's going to help out CeeDee Lamb more than fucking anything. I feel like it's going to get some of the attention off of him at least.
A little bit, because like you're saying, he's a good wide receiver. He's very undervalued and everything. I might look him up on the waiver wire if anyone doesn't have him. Add him to your squad before
he's already picked up. I'd have taken him.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, maybe in other leagues that aren't as deep as ours, because we had a 30-round fucking draft, which is pretty fucking unbelievable. We did it though, and I don't know what's gonna happen in this game. Like I'm saying, for some reason I'm liking the Cowboys in this matchup, which is weird because I never liked the Cowboys in any matchup. But I don't know. I think they get it done for whatever reason, for whatever weird reason. And then Jerry Jones is gonna fall in love with Cooper Rush. Probably, ask him to date his daughter or something like that, because he's a white guy. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Are you gonna bet on this game?
Yeah, if Michael Gallup plays, I'm gonna throw some money on the Cowboys.
Nice. Okay, I might just roll with you on that one. Yeah. All right, dude. All right, well, that's all the matchups that we got for this week. You got anything else that you want to say? Any bets that you like in at all?
No, man. Just I just want to really point out, man. Pay attention to that Bills Dolphins game. That could be that's gonna be a huge tell going on in the season. Like, what are the Bills? Can they actually stop a high explosive offense? And who are the Dolphins? Can they score against a top end defense? So
yeah, I agree, man. It's gonna be exciting to watch. That's my game of the week. I'm gonna be all over that. I am golfing in the morning on Sunday at 8:40 because that was the earliest tee time available. But I'm a pretty fast player, so I'll get it done. And
guy doesn't care about football.
I care about football, but the real reason I'm going to go is because the Raiders are playing the early game, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to see what's going on in the beginning because I feel like I'm very superstitious, and I'm like, every time I watch the game, they're losing, and when I don't watch the game, they're winning. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna work on my fucking swing.
How's that stroke nowadays? What are you shooting?
I'm shooting in the high 90s consistently, but the best score I've ever gotten is 87. Sometimes I'm shooting in the.
Is that mulligans? No mulligans?
No mullies, baby. No mullies.
Are you moving your ball at all when you're in bad lies? You playing straight up?
No. Well, most of the time I try to hit it where it lands, but sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I get stuck behind a tree or something, and I'll move it out. Like I'm not gonna do that. I ain't Tiger yet.
You gotta learn how to bend it, man.
I fucking suck at bending the ball. I got to figure out how to do that, but I suck. What are you shooting when you're going golfing?
I shoot like low 8s.
Oh, shit. Look at you. God damn. Damn, dog. Okay. Yeah, I'm still like consistent 90s all the time. Like if I have a bad day, I probably get like 100 or so, So I'm getting better. When I started out, I was shooting like 110s and 115s and shit. So
yeah, my problem's my putting game, man. If I keep my fucking green and regulations probably well over 50%, dude, but I can't putt for shit. So I got to start playing some mini golf or something.
There you go. Get back into it, man. You're over there in beautiful Colorado. I know you got some great courses.
Yeah, only another month, man, and I'm back. I'm back in California. Fucking gonna be probably doing the podcast over at your place or something. Hell.
Let's go, baby. We're going to be hitting the courses, too. We got to get those 6 a.m. tee times going, though, so we can watch some football after.
Some cigars, some fucking...
Oh, fuck yeah. It's going to be fun as hell. I can't wait, man. So you're really going to be back in California?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's end this podcast real quick, and we'll fucking talk about that.
Let's do it, man. All right. We're out. Informed Morons, baby.